What's going on, everybody? This is day 360. Mofo, 3 days left until this 300-pound dad, formerly 300-pound dad, becomes a half Ironman. So the goal is a half Ironman before 40, a full Ironman at 40. I'm 38 right now. I'm turning 39 in September. So we're going to do a half on 39 and a full at 40. I want to talk about my journey, my races, some comedic shit on the way. Trust me, there's lots of it. And just life in general. Cheers, having a beer. But it's a non-alcoholic beer. Athletic Brew Run Wild IPA is freaking delicious. A couple of guys from my team talked to me about drinking this. They're like, hey, we love it. Doesn't have the negative side effects of alcohol. It's delicious. It's 70 calories. It has a couple carbs, so you can't like chug a lot of them. It's got 17 carbs. Freaking delicious. Well done. Really good. I got 12 in the fridge right now to always have when I have that beer craving because we're serious about this and we're going to complete this half Ironman. Not only we complete it, but I'm going to, we say FUX instead of the other word. We're going to fucks on this. We're going hard, baby. Today I want to talk about the weekend and what happened, the races, my feet, future thing that's coming in 2 weeks, and where we're going from there. So, let's get started. This weekend I had a 10-mile run on Sunday. It was my long run. We had a 12-mile next Sunday, then we taper. Look at me, I'm becoming a runner. I learned these terms. Thank you, Victory Multisports. Like I said, Kenny and Scott, guys, they're amazing. Scott's evil. Kenny is the hype man, but Scott's a little evil. I'm going to start calling him Little Evil. They got the whole workouts planned out for me. Everything that I do is in my training peaks. Every day, every run, every rest. Monday was a rest day, so I didn't want to jump on here. I wanted to take advantage of my rest and chill out. So Sunday was a 10-miler, and I went to a new spot. Like we talked about in the other video. Went to a new spot. It was brutal. I woke up Monday. I was hurting. And I was kind of at that point, like, man, I'm 2 weeks out. I'm hurting. 2 weeks out, I'm doing 17 and plus miles. It's a 1K of 5 and 13.1. So 17.2 miles on August 1st. A little nervous about it. I want to talk about this real quick, the running community. My first race I did at a half marathon. We'll just talk about that race. Try to keep it under 5 minutes. Probably won't because I like to gab. Hey, liberty or death. Rock out. So, on that race, we got me and my wife and my children. We went up to Manchester, New Hampshire for the Shamrock. And that was what we prepared for from January on into March. We get there, stay the night, go to Olive Garden, get a bunch of pasta. Because that's what runners do. Eat a bunch of pasta. Bread, carbs, carb load. Yeah. No. Tell you why. Not good for me. So, we get there, and I'm getting in, everything's set up, standing in line. I look at my wife, and I'm just like, hey, man, like, I think they got the EMTs ready for me because they saw the big man show up. I was getting a little embarrassed about my size. I was getting a little concerned about a lot of things. My wife just goes, no one cares about your size. Think about this. How many other big dudes showed up today to do this? I was kind of like, all right, yeah, you're right, not many, like I did. She goes, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do this. And I'm like, nah, let's just go Dunkin' Donuts and get like a whole bunch of bagels and shit and go home. Maybe hit Taco Bell. She goes, no, you're fucking doing this. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, I'm doing this. My coach Kenny gave me a call and Scott the night before. Had a prayer. We talked about it. We walked through it. I heard after the math that he was texting my wife saying, like, he's going too fast. What is he doing? I don't know. I was wanting to get it done. So, first mile out, felt good. Second mile out, felt good. Saw an uphill. Remember my training. Don't run it. Just get going quick. Get up it. Nice and easy. Tut, 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 tut. You're at Clydesdale. Now prance. And I pranced up that hill. So, like I said, I was nervous about the running community. Like, not the community, but I was nervous about my size. The love in the race that I felt and the go get 'em, attaboys, high fives, tap on the shoulders, you're doing great, the smiles, and all. it meant the world to me. I got to one point where this gazelle of a man comes behind me and taps me on the shoulder, and I have like the nickname Diggler on my back and says Diggler fucks F-U-X, and he goes, I bet you do, and he goes, you're doing great, and then he just like skipped off into the distance like a beautiful gazelle that he was, like just hauling ass, and I'm like rebirth some energy to me until mile 7.5. Where they had like the dinner tables, is what I could call them. They had all the goos and shit. This one had maple syrup because it was up in New Hampshire. Well, here's some maple syrup packets. So I slammed one of those to get some energy. And then I round the corner. And I can't tell you, it was only mile 8.5. I've already gone to 10 and 11 in my training. But mile 8.5, my wife was watching on the tracker. And my kids were there, and they're all there, and I round the corner, and I saw them, and in my mind, the greatness I was achieving was astronomical, but seeing them cheered me on, and saying, go, Dad, go, was just damn beautiful, until mile 9, when that damn maple syrup hit. And my guts were hurting. And I was happy because I knew at the start of the race was the Porta-Johns, and I was making the loop. I saw those Porta-Johns, and I hauled ass to them. I think I was running a fucking 5-minute mile to get to them. My time increased tenfold. I ran to that Porta-John. I got in there, and I was like, gotta go. And I did. And I was so hurried to get back in the race. I looked over. There was no damn TP. So, I did what anybody would do in my situation. Not pull my running shorts up and everything else. I'm going to duck walk to the next one. Duck walk to the other one. Open the door, and there's some man who's unfortunate that was homeless, living in or staying in that Porta-John rent-free. So I ran over to the other one, grabbed where I needed to go, started going. Well, the comedy continues. I hit mile 11. And it was uphill as shit. And it was hurting. And at that point is when I really realized, and I felt this, that your mind takes care of the most of the problem for you. Or it destroys you. Because my body, my foot hurt like I wanted to go be in a movie of Saw and cut that bitch off myself. And I was trying to get up that hill, and my body wasn't letting me, but my mind told me, and goes, you're at 11. You only have 2.5 fingers left. That's how I was counting them. My miles are on hands. You have 1 hand left. You have 3 hands. You have 2 hands. You have half a hand. Well, this one was 2.5 fingers left. And I got up to the top of that damn hill, and guess what? It literally was all downhill from here, baby. And but at the time, I'm getting all these text messages from my wife. Like, my watch is like, bing, 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 wife, bing, bing, bing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I'm almost done. Like, I'm coming. Like, do we need to go somewhere? Is Target having a sale? Like, shit. I get to the bottom of the hill finally, and I see the finish line, and I just start hauling ass. And being a big man, hauling ass means a lot. Hauling also means falling. My ass was falling down the hill as fast as it could be. It was a cannonball. It was a runaway train. It was the brakes on a semi. It was nothing was fine. I was just going to the point where the guy at the end was like, "You're done. Stop." He was like, "Argh." And I get there, and he like hands me my medal as COVID. I had to put my freaking mask on. My wife runs up. He's like, "Jesus, you're okay. You're okay." And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I just ran 13.1 miles, and I'm really fat. But I did it. She goes, no. I was watching you on the tracker, and right after we just gave you hugs and kisses, the tracker stopped. You didn't move. Taking a dump. I always told my wife, and I'm like, I'm gonna die on this bitch. I'm gonna have a heart attack or something. And she started freaking out. She's like, I literally thought it happened. The tracker stopped moving for about 5 minutes, so I did come in under 3 hours because that 5 minutes was dedicated to number 2. And She was like, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm like, me too. She's like, I thought you died. I'm like, I took a shit. And we all started crying and laughing. In the short of this, we're at 10 minutes. The running community loves you. The Porta Johns hate you. Check to see if there's tickets before you take the ride. Love ya. Bye.